Okay.
Before mid next year.
Yeah. I just wanted I want to talk about the Black Stallions. I want to know why are we so why is the team so lowly ranked in the world? 75. And you have countries like obviously South Africa, they're very good when it comes to rugby. Namibia, Kenya, Tunisia, Madagascar, all these other countries are ahead of Nigeria. Why are we so lowly ranked?
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. What is Nigeria ranked in football?
I knew you were going to go there. 50.
Let me ask you a
rugby here.
No, I understand. Yeah. I want to let you see a point.
Yeah,
if Nigeria is ranked 50 something in the world in terms of football, and we've been investing a lot into football since the 80s, and rugby is a sport that we just started creating awareness maybe 5 years ago. From 85 to 57 in less than 2 years.
75.
No, to 73 in less than 2 years now. We've 75, and I'm sure by the end of the year we'll be maybe 70 or thereabouts.
Despite the challenges.
Despite the challenges, no funds, nothing, and we are pushing it. It shows that there is prospect.
Okay, yeah. So, because in football, we know the national team.
Many countries.
Yeah, they garner points, by playing friendly games.
Friendly matches.
How does it happen in rugby? How do you garner all these ranking points?
Okay, in rugby you have 15s, you have 7s.
Okay.
It depends on how many games you play, the way you perform, and also your understanding of the game. Because when you're having a tournament, you have world rugby officials there. Actually, they're watching you. They're looking at the number of fouls you're committing. They're looking at your technicality. They're looking at your even your dressing. They look at all those things.
Really?
Yes, and they score you. And at the end of the day, you have your points. And those are the things they use when it comes to the world stage to actually say, okay, these people are because rugby is not like football. In rugby, for every game you play, they test the player for doping. So you can't dope in rugby. If you try it, that means you're just creating a pathway for yourself to go out of the game, because if they catch you, that's it for you.
That's the end.
So there's a lot of discipline in rugby, and there's a lot of organization structures in place that helps the teams to prepare and move ahead.
Tell us about the coaching aspect of it. I mean, how well are we really ensuring that we have good coaches, come through the ranks, to also help in taking us to the next level?
Yeah, funny enough, Nigeria Rugby has one of the federations that has a foreign coach.
Yes, Fabian.
Yes, Fabian Juris. He's a South African rugby legend. He's actually a coach we've engaged in now for the past 2.5 years, and he's been with us. And he has actually done a lot. But like I said, the problem we have is going to the next level, which is the actual level of being serious about it and making it a brand for even the country itself. And for us to do this, there's a lot of investment required. And like I said, that's what we're looking at now. We want to go to the next stage, because my projection here is that next 5 years, I want to start getting glories. I don't want to be part of going for tournaments and becoming second, third.
Now, the South African coach, do we actually have any Nigerian coaches working alongside him? Because people were thinking, went for the tournament, we'd have had 2 or 3 coaches with him to understudy him in case he decides to leave.
Yes, most times when we have our tournaments, we always bring him down to Nigeria. At times he spends a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks with the boys here. And the reason why we do this is because we want people to understudy him. As it is now, we have Joseph Ofoa, who is actually the coach of Kari Rugby Club. That's the most successful rugby club in West Africa. He's actually understudying him. And we are looking at, in the future, when we start this rugby academy, he's going to be here full time. Then we can have a lot of coaching courses and everything, because he's already here, and we can start grooming our coach. That doesn't mean that we don't have coaches. We have coaches that have gone through the level 1 coaching course, the level 2 coaching courses. But when it comes to the practical aspect, that's when they can now start understudying a professional in that field, and that's what we're looking at, to bring him down and they can understudy him.
Okay, the league, people talked about the fact that you get your best team, your best players from the league. How will you rate the Nigerian league?
Well, obviously not where we want to be. I would say the standard is still, not where we're supposed to be, but we're going to get there, I'm sure. And you have to give a lot of credit to the NRFF. They've been able to organize an amortized league, like a simultaneous league, running in the north, running in the southeast, and running in the southwest as well. So what they need to do now is to ensure that whoever wins in this league gets to meet and decide who the national champion is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Outside that, there's really no other big deal because sometimes, in football, some players complain about, remunerations and all that, and maybe some kind of fixtures they're not really comfortable with, traveling and every other thing.
Yeah.
How does it work for you guys?
Well, I think that rugby, we're striving to attain a semi-pro status, in Nigeria. We're not quite there yet. As he has rightly said, there's a lot of struggle with getting funds and all. So what has been happening is that some well-to-do ex-rugby players that are doing well, they employ some rugby players into their organizations and they give them preference. We want to travel for a tour, no problem, let him go. Do you understand? And then they put in a lot of resources into helping
Their own investment. Okay.
Their own investment as well. So if a lot more rugby players that are doing well in their various industries can do the same, I mean, get rugby players to come and work in your organization and give them that preference, give them time off to go and train, give them time off when they want to travel. I think gradually we will get there. That's how England did theirs. The likes of Martin Johnson and Louis Moody were bankers. They weren't doing anything in the bank. Yeah. They were just there sitting down. Whenever there's a tournament, they go. Whenever England wants to play, they go. Do you understand? So if we can have more people that are doing well, we have a lot of them. We have a lot of ex-rugby players, doing well in business. If they can employ more rugby players, focus on rugby players, employ them into the organization and give them that preference, I think rugby will start to, and then the National Sport Festival. If rugby can get into the National Sport Festival, we can get a lot of mileage from it.
Okay. It's incredible. We don't have rugby.
We were in the National Sports Festival. We were in Ogun. We were in Kada Games. It was fantastic. It was a lovely experience. I was a gold medalist in both tournaments. But we need to get into that shape back because I don't know why rugby was excluded from the sports festival.
Okay, well, because I was going to talk about the All Africa Games also. I mean, you guys also had the same issue because it's not always funny when you get to have things like this actually happen.
Yeah, those are part of the problems we had. We qualified for the Commonwealth, we couldn't go. We also qualified for the All African Games, we couldn't go. Even despite we saying that we would fund ourselves and everything, but it's unfortunate. But I think now the government I think they are now seeing that there is more prospect in rugby and they are willing to work with us. So I don't think we'll face such problems in the future.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Just before we go on,
okay.
just one more. You talked about rebranding, and obviously, surely qualifying for the World Cup, for the Rugby World Cup, will be a major boost to your brand. How far is Nigeria from actually qualifying for that World Cup?
Well, to be honest with you, we are doing a lot to make sure we attain this. Right now, we play in the Cup 1C. After 1C, you graduate to 1B. From 1B, then you play in 1A. That's where you actually qualify. 1C now, we are actually trying to see how we can actually host it. Hopefully, come next year, we'll host 1C, and then that will even boost us more to see how we can nick it. By the time we win that, we are going to 1B. Okay. And so in 1B, we also play. As soon as we qualify from 1B to 1A, then we are talking about, World Cup qualifiers.
Let me also add, let me also quickly add that we're not doing badly in rugby. In 2014, we went to Botswana, Cup 1C, we were third placed.
All right.
This year, we were second placed. And then, who knows, next year we might win it. And then in sevens as well, last year we were 11th place. And this year we set a benchmark for ourselves. We must be in the quarterfinals. We got there, but we didn't have enough to go further. Because we had too many injuries.
Yeah, I get it. Well,
I guess it's part of the game, but definitely, the commitment, the drive, we'll definitely see you guys through. Thank you so much for spending time with us. The technical director of the Black Stallions there, and of course, the team skipper, Aziz Oladipo. Olatunji Fashimori, thank you so much for spending time with us on the show. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, definitely we'll be taking a look at the papers, but we'll have to catch our breath for a moment or two, Tyler.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, with the German Bundesliga.
Oh yes.
I don't know if you're still watching. I don't think I'm not really too.
Yeah, you're not watching.
Bothered about the Bundesliga because it's a matter of when, not if, Bayern will be champions. Because it's been a one-sided affair all through the season. Match day 13, they actually went and played against Schalke, and they won that game convincingly as well too. Let's have a look at match day 13 of the German Bundesliga. And when we return, Ben Alaya will join us for the paper review.